Hello again, everyone. I'm Ken Resnick. I'll be your host on this edition of Best of Super Ladies Volume 1 Home Video. You'll see the great stars that had careers here in the LPWA. You'll see the great champion, superstar Susan Sexton, in a fierce battle with Black Venus. You'll see Medusa Michelli. You'll get a chance to see what was known as the Dream Team, perhaps the strongest women's tag team ever put together. Speaking, of course, of Terry Power and Reggie Bennett. You'll have a chance to see a tag team battle royal that was termed Minute of Mayhem. We'll get to those rules of that unique battle royal a bit later on. You'll see Tina Moretti, an interesting wrestler who from the very first time she stepped into the ring here in the LPWA was an instantaneous fan favorite, but yet had a very short-lived career. All that and more on this edition, Best of Super Ladies Volume 1. Now, to start things off, here's a resumption of a fierce rivalry, Misty Blue Sims against Nasty Cat LaRue.
Weighing in at 120 pounds from South Glen Falls, New York, Misty Blue Sims. And introducing manager Nasty Linda and Nasty Cat.
This is almost a 2-on-1 situation. It's supposed to be Mr. Blue Sims against Nasty Cat, but you just know that Nasty Linda is not going to stay out of that ring.
That's true, Killer. You know, this team is so much wanting to be the World Tag Team Champions that they can stop at nothing to do it. They're in against a real great veteran right now, and a woman that can take on 4 or 5 if she needs to, and that's Misty Blue Sims.
The only good thing is, at least I'm glad to see Eddie Shark was not refereeing this match.
Well, Eddie is a capable referee, but the last couple matches I kind of question his...
And her opponent, weighing in at 125 pounds from Perth, Australia, Superstar Sexton.
A close-up look at the LPWA champion, Superstar Sexton. And I'll tell you what, she is in against Sarge. I think of all the ladies in the LPWA, I don't think anybody has more heart than perhaps Heidi Lee Morgan or Little Mo.
They've got a lot of fan support, Killer, and really shows when they're in that ring. They're fighting for the fans.
They really are. The fans have really taken a Heidi Lee. And I tell you, she might have bitten off a little bit more than she can chew, but don't ever sell Heidi Lee short. She loves to fly around that ring, and if she gets a chance to fly like an eagle, she could get the Superstar a little short.
That's right. Anytime you go in against a champion, of course, you're trying to get that 1, 2, 3 and get that title, and it's in the back of her mind right now, I'm sure. She wants the fans to help her.
And the fans do like Heidi Lee. And you said it, you know, in professional wrestling, it only takes one mistake. If the Superstar makes it, she could suddenly find herself laying on the mat with Heidi Lee on top of her for about 3 seconds.
That's right. If Heidi Lee comes off that top rope with that big splash on top of Superstar Sexton, the champion, and gets that 1, 2, 3, Heidi's going to be driving around the limousine.
There's no question, all the money and glory. And Heidi Lee goes right around, grabs that arm, goes right to work with an armbar. What do you say now?
I know we haven't mentioned it the last time Susan Sexton Chigusa was in the LPWA match, but she is from Australia, and that helps her out because she's got that different style.
Different style the gals here aren't used to. And again, we talked about so much the foreign wrestlers, you know, like Miss Linda from England, and of course the Superstar. They've got that great amateur background. They love to work close to the mat. What do you say?
Well, the thing about it, Killer, is that they train with men. You can see it in their style that they train with men, and they work very hard at punishing their opponents. A lot of the girls like Heidi Lee and some of the others have been trained by women, and it shows.
Yeah, you know, that's a very good point, Sarge. I know we've talked about so many times the hundreds of your matches that I've had the privilege of doing. You know, a lot of times the strategy is very apparent. You begin to weaken one part of your opponent, you go right back to that body part whenever you can, and that's what Susan Sexton likes to do. Again, she goes right after that armbar, hoping, you know, now into a hammerlock to render that part of Heidi Lee's anatomy is basically helpless, and it changes your whole style. And a lot of times women trained by women just kind of have an overall attack and don't really do a lot of damage to any one part. Excellent point.
Well, Susan's been well schooled, you can see that. You saw what she did just before she took her down there. She got the advantage on her.
Well, Heidi Lee was able to return the favor. Now that's, I think, what Heidi Lee needs to do. As long as she can keep the Superstar on the mat, that'll negate that weight and size advantage that Superstar Sexton has. And you see Superstar trying to get right up to her feet, and Heidi Lee just trips her down, takes her right down.
Well, I just hope the Superstar is not taking Heidi Lee too short. I know I'm not, and she better be on the ball here.
Now, let me ask you, Sarge, you've been involved in defending that America's title all over the world. In a match like this, really all the pressure's on the Superstar. She's got everything to lose, nothing to gain, and Heidi Lee can really kind of throw caution to the wind, if you will. There's a great suplex by the champion.
Again, it shows her training by a male. But yes, she's the gunfighter. She's the top of the ladder, and they're all gunning for her.
Oh, clothesline just about separates Heidi Lee's head from her shoulders.
Taking nothing away from Heidi Lee, but can you imagine a match between Superstar Susan Sexton and Medusa Michelli?
I tell you, that's one match I'd pay to see.
Well, we'll probably have one coming up here on the LPWA because Medusa's working her way up the ladder.
There's no question. Look at Heidi Lee come back.
He's coming.
She literally put the champion down with an overhand right.
Listen to the crowd behind her. They love her.
Suddenly, Superstar, she may be playing a little passive, but she wants no part of Heidi Lee right now.
Whatever she's playing,
in high gear.
whatever she's playing, she better start learning right now to not take anybody lately.
Standing cross body block.
Almost the title right there.
Very, very close.
Oh. Coming back.
Superstar coming back. Close line of her own. I'll tell you something else that's got me a little nervous. I don't exactly think referee Eddie Sharkey would be yours or my first choice in the ring.
Oh, did you see that?
Texas Bulldog.
Wow. Now there again, I don't like to keep repeating myself, but that's the training of a male right there, teaching her how to do those kind of vicious type moves on a woman.
Watch that hair. That reminds me of an old friend of both yours and mine. Black Jack Lancer made that hole famous.
Yes, he did.
Texas Bulldog won him an awful lot of matches. Look at Heidi Lee reverses it.
Heidi Lee had a chance for 1, 2, 3 there. She hooked her in a cradle, but couldn't hold the leg because of the length.
And I think what happened there, the fact that Superstar was in the ropes was in advance. He used it as a slingshot monkey flip by Heidi Lee. She's got the champion in some trouble right now. Body slam. Look at some strength of Heidi Lee at count of 2.
Heidi's looking at those dollar signs right there.
Flying drop kick.
Drop kick. Tremendous drop kick.
Flying drop kick. Superstar kind of pushes her off. Superstar may be feeling right now, what in the world is going on? Oh, back body drop. And Superstar kind of smiling to the crowd.
She looks like she's kind of toying with her at this time.
I think so. Crowd a little quiet. I think a little disappointed with the sudden turn of events. Up and over, power